his officers are supposed to come.
All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order if you're ready. Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Member Martin,
Here.
member Olson.
Here.
Member McDermott. Here.
For approval of the January 2nd minutes, please.
Second.
Motion is second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Request approval of the stormwater management BMP facility agreement with CDPS Angola LLC, Top Shelf, for property located at 140 Eister Drive. Amanda, would you like to?
It's just our normal agreement, so we've had no issues with the agreement.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion second, any discussion?
When do you think they're gonna be open?
They're already beginning site work, so I think they were originally thinking late summer. I feel like that might be a little quick, but maybe.
It's a nice door.
Ready for the
Yeah.
question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Department head reports, Ryan,
None from me, Mayor.
Kim,
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Jennifer?
Nothing.
Scott, you keep all the way up here. You got to give us something. Nothing?
No report.
All right, Amanda?
No, I'll wait for him to ask the question.
You want to have a conversation? Ask how much the bond is for and how
Could
long
you,
we
can you
hold
explain
it.
to us the oversight on on companies that are digging and boring into the ground and how to make sure they get the holes filled back up?
So, kind of on a related note with that, we've had in the last week, last 6 months, but really it's kind of in the last week hit us. But fiber companies are hitting our infrastructure, our water and sewer mains,
Oh.
and continuing on boring. And so that leaves us with the homeowners trying to fix the problem, going back to utility companies, kind of, a fight trying to get things fixed and or paid for, so Kim's involved in a few of those. So every month I have a meeting with other city engineers, and so I brought this up today. What are you guys doing? Are you having this problem? And it's a widespread problem all across the state from the people that were there. And a variety of things that they talked about, some have surety bonds, basically saying that they're guaranteeing work for a period of time. They are getting a lot of pushback on that from the utility companies. One community's in a lawsuit over it. But another topic we brought up was blanket bonds. So we have bonds that with our different utility companies that when they come in and provide service to your home, we do a permit and then we just use this blanket bond that we hold. And other communities are doing that, but our blanket bond is $2,000. Theirs are anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. So they're keeping more money, trying to keep the utility companies on the hook more. But, so those are the things we talked about as far as us being able to go back, fill in the holes, things like that, restore the ground. It's just, continually calling and, then we usually get Kim involved and, threatens of we're going to take your bond and we're going to cash it in or we're going to do the work and bill you. But we're definitely not alone in it. This is a huge problem and utility companies have an ear down legislatively. So it's an uphill battle.
So,
Like they're everywhere.
so when they put these cables and stuff like that, how deep are they in the ground?
So the plans usually say 2 feet,
And in our infrastructure typically is,
4 feet.
so then if they're using a loader,
They're usually bored in, so it's like a boring machine. Like they're on North Wayne right now.
yeah, they're in our neighborhood. So.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing. So they say 2 feet. Our stuff's at 4 feet.
But they still hit it. They still hit it.
So we don't always stay at 2 feet.
Oh, yeah.
We had one the other day that was, they were down 5 or 6, I think. We actually had one the other day that didn't go through the pipe. They actually got into the pipe and ran the length of the pipe. Maybe a year and a half ago, the damage was done, but didn't show up until now when the homeowner started having problems. We went out, we repaired it. The problem is, if that's been that way for a year and a half, how many other issues have we run into that we don't know about yet? And we'll be looking, as we go forward, we'll be looking at doing, we can do flow testing for infiltration. We can also do camera testing to see if there's issues and
It
fix
was a
them.
water or sewage pipe.
Sewage, well, yes, they've hit both. Sewage is they actually hit a pressurized sewage line the other day and of course had sewage.
They have to do locates, don't they, before they start?
Yeah, but that doesn't guarantee they still manage to, and they hit gas lines too for that matter. They hit them all. They're equal opportunity.
And one of our issues is, so we have, right now we have 2 major companies, Frontier and REMC. But it's not Frontier workers that are out there. Frontier has subs who hire subs who are getting paid by the foot. And so you lessen that responsible owner. So our contact is through Frontier, which I will say that our contact that we've had has done a really good job of putting in things up the chain and trying to help us. So, it's not on, oh, Frontier's terrible. I don't mean that at all. But it's just the situation, you have people that are not from around here that have no ties to here that are living in hotels, getting paid by the foot and trying to just put in as much and as fast as they
So do we need to make, in order to have a little more, I don't want to say control, but I guess I understand control. Do we need to make the surety bond higher?
I think so. I after that meeting today, it's on my list to kind of talk to the mayor and look at what are our options and what can we do to have a little bit bigger hook on that.
But we're kind of, the companies that are doing it right now, they're already kind of, would be grandfathered in.
The projects that are going right now, yes.
Right, so we can't do the utilities that are.
No, we can't change
listing up our-
can't change the rules on them, but the bonds are not magic. If there's a dispute, if the utility company says it wasn't us, the bond company is going to freeze up. And even if we have the money on hand, they're going to want to go to court.
Sure.
So it's not the amount of the bond that's important to me. It's just reckless big companies.
We have a couple of pits or open trenches.
Something I found interesting was I think it was REMC, a neighbor was connecting, but they had to go through my property. And they did come up to my door and inform me, just want to inform me that I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is my property. But I understood it and they did a nice job and it was just a little slit and it was fine, but I didn't think that could happen.
We will aggressively pursue it as strong as we possibly can to have them pay for whatever damage they do to our infrastructure. We don't want our ratepayers paying for it.
How soon after that they finish the project can the homeowner assume to have the ground back to normal? Because like his was a slit. I mean, we're talking over at the entrance of Harrington, there's a trench. It's right next to the water main of the Mormon church.
So I would say to make sure that they're notifying the city, make sure that we know, so that
Who notifies?
the homeowner or you or however, I mean, we can't be everywhere and see
Sure.
everything, but once I know about it, I've got a spreadsheet, I email our contact if it's a Frontier or whatever the utility company is. Hey, this address needs to be addressed
And you would know which company it is. Because, when we walk, I'm walking past, they're the same type of people. I don't know which company it is.
no, we could figure that out.
So then call.
Perhaps the president of the homeowner association should contact you if that needs to be happening.
Sure, or the homeowner, I mean, as long as someone does.
If it were just on the.
And what's your phone number again?
It's just talk to Mary Mark.
We'll make sure it gets where it needs to go.
It happened.
Anything else, Dave?
No, thank you.
Great. You joined us late. Would you have any report? We're around you.
Nope.
Nothing to tell us. All right. Any other business? Hearing none, the next meeting is Monday, March 4th. We are adjourned. Thank you all.